6:30 a.m. Shout out to all the parents out there with super irregular sleep patterns right now. For whatever reason, that your toddler is waking up every night, every morning, with time that isn't, not ideal. I've been in the rocker for a while, and you know what happens when that happens, is that you wake up and you're like, what day is it? Is it the next day of my day? What day is it? Is it the next day of my day, or is it the day am I still in the day that I was just having? Okay, you lose track of the time. So, going on a little car ride today to go get some tables. So getting out of the house and just having some time to yourself to think is invaluable. So when you're a parent, and you get moments like that, you take advantage of it and you really take your time. I feel like, there's a lot I could say today, but I'm just kind of being and, gonna probably pull over, take the scenic route today, and, try to get back by nap time. You're an artist or you're creative, it's absolutely pertinent to the development of the person that you are, that you always have some kind of creative project for yourself going, whether that be a little hobby on the side at night that you do once a week or once a month, or you have some kind of major project that you do. Being a creative person or an artist and having that be inherently a part of your blueprint, a part of the person that you are, and not having an outlet for that is probably the single most detrimental thing that a person can do for themselves and their development as a human being. Part of the transformation of Brittany Brush was literally ignoring the fact that she has these artistic tendencies, gifts, and impulses, and then not doing something with them. That was probably the single biggest thing that led to my awakening, was absolutely ignoring the existence of the need for that in my life. I literally ran away from art for so many years, like when I was younger, because people told me that it was frivolous, that it was unimportant, that, I'd just be wasting my time, that's never going to be making me any money. No, there is no putting it off. To me, as an artist and a creative person, not pursuing a project or having a purpose or an outlet for my creativity, I literally feel like a caged animal. Also, I don't always operate as the best version of myself. So over the years, I've had to find ways to keep my projects going, like even if they weren't in any kind of limelight, even if I wasn't putting them out into the world, I still had to be actually pursuing them to fulfill me as a person. What most people don't realize is that impulse, that desire, that drive that's within you, that is like connecting you to your creativity, that is actually the creative force of the universe trying to express itself through you and your personal expression. And I'm not really talking about ignoring it, but more like stuffing it down, like it's like lower on the priority list. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, like ignoring, stuffing it down, trying to shove it into the subconscious section of your mind, saying that like, I'll get to that when. But sometimes you have to spend years in that space of not giving it to yourself, not doing it, not believing in it, putting it away, letting it collect dust. You have to be in a state of that and not giving it to yourself, and it causing you pain, it causing you an internal struggle, sometimes that has to happen in order for you to wake up to your potential in those areas. As human beings, we were created to create. We were created to create and expand. That is what expansion is. Expansion is you applying your gifts into certain areas, and that's how we expand as people. That's how we expand our capabilities. That's how we grow this world. So stuffing down our impulses or our creativity or our desires, really, it's not helping anybody, especially you and especially not the world, because let's be honest, they're not seeing your gifts. But really, that struggle stems from the fact that within you, the will of the universe is trying to express itself. It's trying to express itself through you. And that's why your human being is stuffing those feelings and desires down, and then the spirit of universe is just emerging through you and your creative desires and impulses. And so, you absolutely need to act on those things and take them seriously and believe in them and believe in them for no other reason than simply that you need to be doing them. You need to be doing them. Maybe you don't know the output for them in the beginning stages of your journey. It's honestly irrelevant. Connect in with your desire, with what fuels you as a creative person and as an artist, and just go for those things. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. So for Brittany Brush, this has been a huge, huge part of her awakening journey and her transformation as a human being, as a person, getting to the next stages of who I am and being able to accomplish, those levels of the video game that I came here to Earth to accomplish. Literally, those things connect me to my blueprint, connect me to my purpose, connect me to my desires, my intuition, my thoughts, my feelings. All of that is an interconnected web of systems. It's so interconnected and intertwined with who you are as a being, as a person, as a soul. I cannot stress enough to encourage each and every one of you who simply feel like you don't have the time in your life because of whatever you have going on. I'm literally doing this show to try to drive inspiration to get people to, maybe connect in with that themselves. And at the very minimum, I'm doing it for myself because I additionally, in addition to all of these projects that I've been working on for several years, including the new one that I'm doing in the interim, because let's face it, I can't not do something. I have to continually have different outlets for my creative process. So probably get into that one tomorrow. I literally have to have creative outlets continually going because that's literally how I operate as a person. So if there's ever been people in my life telling me like, oh, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, you should just shut your mouth because you don't know who I am as a person. You've no creative bone in your body, or maybe you do, you're just stuffing it down. Being real, being realistic. It's pretty hardcore. I will caveat this with doing things for other people. Sometimes that fuels you. For me, it fuels me to a degree, okay? It fuels me to a degree to be a creative person, like doing graphic design or video for other people. But at the end of the day, doing stuff for other people, that's not helping me connect to the true depths of my expression. So I kind of plateau and level out on all those things. I've known that for a really long time. That's kind of why a long time ago, part of my awakening, when it was in the beginning stages, 10, 15 years ago. Again, I'm not counting here. I'm just living life. It is just years and years and years are ticking on. I literally have to continually have projects keeping my artistic practice alive. And artistic practice for me doesn't look like doing things for other people. I wouldn't even be able to talk to you about this is not for someone else, this is for me. And so this is part of my expression. It's a part of how I express as part of my artistic practice. Me sharing this stuff with you is absolutely connected to everything that I would create in video, everything that I would create in sculpture. It doesn't even matter. There's certain parts of everybody's artistic practice that's just inherently a part of them waiting to be discovered. I've just been a person that's been given themselves the opportunity to experiment and to try a lot of things over the years. And honestly, a lot of my projects that I've done, like I don't necessarily have like a goal in mind for an output, and that's a very successful aspect of working, because then you can allow what it needs to be to just unfold naturally. I learned that, you know, you can be an artist, but the thing that they don't teach in the US art schools, like as prevalently as I think they do in other countries, is that like you're really, as an artist, when you go to art school, the goal would be for you to have and begin an artistic practice. And also learning lots of different mediums, that's important in there, but being able to just start to explore how you express as a person, like what is coming up naturally through you, what ideas, what thoughts, what's inspiring you. Oh, are you pulling from something that you saw over there? Are you pulling from some inspiration over there? But really getting to the core of your person, of your being, and what they feel prompted to make, that's probably the magic that you are, so you should probably do that. So then all of these things, I just kind of started to come up with different places where they could be expressed in my artistic practice, and that's how all of these projects that I've been making over the last several years, that's how they've come to fruition, is me simply starting to create with and engage with different aspects of myself that need to come forward and be expressed in various different ways. That is always going to be the bread and butter, the gold for you. So allow yourself to play with that, allow yourself to discover that, and pursue it for years without having to have any kind of outcome in mind, simply keeping you going other than you have to do it. There's a drive in there, and you have to act on that desire, and you have to just keep the fire going. So anyway, it helps give me something that I can do in the 2 hours of nap time, and then in the later hours after, the later hours between 12 and 2, when you suddenly have to do all the things in your life. But again, it's your practice. It's something that has to happen, and so you have to do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. So I think that's a wrap for today on this. I look forward to all of these episodes. Actually, there's so much potential here. Oh, it just makes me so excited. There's so many things I want to do. Oh, and it's all just coming to me now. Stay tuned for more of this vlog. I'm like super pumped because, again, spontaneity is everything right now. And I don't even know where this is going to take me. And that excites me, and honestly, it's kind of like giving me a fuel to fire every single day, because ultimately this channel, this is me and my creative practice, and I love nothing more than sharing that with other people. So thanks for stopping by, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.